Our next inductee from the class of 1945, unfortunately could not be here with us tonight, but his son is here. And speaking on his behalf, Mr. Burr Carlson, Mr. Ted Taylor.
Thank you, Chris. First of all, Burr would like to extend his congratulations to all the recipients. He knows that these people are well qualified, and he's down in Florida, but he knows what's going on in Bethel. The other thing is he wants to extend his gratitude to the Hall of Fame committee for nominating and electing him to this great event. He's received many awards throughout his years, as you can see in this pamphlet. He was a great coach for UConn. In fact, many of the sports editors in the Hartford area have indicated that he was one of the coaches that really started the UConn destiny. He was a great man, beyond just coaching and playing. The other thing I like to say is that we have to look back when he graduated in 1945. I was 10 years old at the time. And I saw him for the first time. We had opening night in Bethel, and if you went back to Bethel of those years, it was like a town of 3,600 people. We didn't have TV or computers or anything. There wasn't much to do on a Friday night. So the place was packed when they had the opening night. And Burr Carlson and his players came marching out on that court, and there I am as a 10-year-old looking at him. And I looked at my father and I said, golly, this guy's a giant. And he was around 6'7", 6'8". And I said, can he play basketball? And my father said, he sure can. And he proved that. But he was beyond just an athlete. He was a great humanitarian, believe me. And I know him personally, and it was a pleasure. He was the type of guy that you would get to meet, and he would make you feel better than him. And I've always appreciated some of the things that he did, and he was very emotional when I initially called him and asked him if I could nominate him for this, because he loves this town. In fact, when I first heard about the organization, I ran into Gary, and I said, Gary, where's the forms? I'd like to nominate Burr Carlson. And he said, Burr who? And I explained a few things, and he went into his office and looked him up on the computer, and he says, oh my God, this guy's at a computer here. Remember the Hall of Fame. But going back to 1945, I just have a statement I'd like to read. This special person graduated from Bethel High in the class of 45. And now, 66 years later, with the ambitious undertaking of the Bethel High Athletic Hall of Fame Committee, he has been finally honored by the town and the school that he loved. Thank you.
Stepping on his behalf is his son, Gary Carlson.
How am I doing, doctor? Am I doing all right? Whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do. Thanks, very quickly, my name is Gary Carlson. My dad's Burr Carlson, as you saw already. He sent me a letter that he wanted me to read. And I know now why he wanted me to have this letter. Because he didn't want me to talk to him about what it was like to have his father. March 24th, he was received a call from Ted Without Ted's recommendation, I would not have known about or received this award. For a background, I must credit fine teachers I had throughout my elementary years at Center School. Then from 41 to 45, attended New Bethel High School. At that time, was fortunate enough to have been taught and influenced by excellent teachers. Unfortunately, World War II began in 1942. Many of our male instructors were drafted. During that time, however, Ralph Johnson and Jack McGreevy came on board as principal and basketball coach, respectively. Coach McGreevy taught me basketball philosophy, which helped me greatly, both as a player and later in high school and in college. Under his coaching, we ultimately defeated Litchfield High School and won the Housatonic Valley Championship. At that point, I knew I wanted a career playing basketball as well as coaching. I should always be grateful to Hall of Fame Committee for recognizing me during the first annual dinner. I do regret being able to attend the dinner this evening. Thank you very much to the committee. The best to all the inductees. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.